Hey, what's going on, guys? Bizkit Rebellion. Welcome to my Q&A. I know I haven't posted videos ever since the previous one, which was a couple of days ago, but that's because I grew lazy, and you know how lazy people are, they don't want to do anything. But now I'm not lazy and I decided to provide you guys a video, so be happy that I at least posted a video, right? So anyway, let's get started with the Q&A, which, by the way, I've only received 4 questions. I'm actually happy for that because I don't want to talk a lot in this video. So expect to see a very short Q&A for today. So let's get started. Our first question is from YouTube. It's actually the only question on YouTube, to be honest, but hey, who cares? If the Marvel Universe fought against the DC Universe, who would be most likely to win? I think DC, given the fact that they have a lot of OP characters, and this is also due to the fact that I don't read a lot of Marvel. I'm actually starting to read a lot of Marvel, since given the fact that I want to do reviews over a comic book series from Marvel. And, you know, since I'm not so familiar with the Marvel lore, I'd rather go with DC. Go with what you know, right? Also, I just also want to say, it does not matter. Questions like this does not matter. You know why? And I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm actually trying to get you to understand why it doesn't matter. And you should not take this personally, in my opinion. But yeah, it does not matter. You know why? Because let's say if somebody created a fight scene between the Marvel Universe and the DC Universe. For the creator, if that creator wanted the Marvel Universe to win, then the Marvel Universe is going to win. If he wants the DC Universe to win, then of course the DC Universe is going to win. It does not matter who says or who is most likely to win. It doesn't matter how much statistics you bring up. It doesn't matter how much lore, canon, storytelling, or at least story events that happen within the character. It does not matter any of that. If the writer or the creator wants a specific character or universe to win, it does not matter, because that character or that universe is going to win. Plain and simple. I'm sorry if I sound angry. I'm really not angry. I'm actually just talking normal, and if this sounds angry to you, then I believe I have a problem, to be honest. I don't want people to think that I'm angry or anything, but yeah, that's basically how it goes. It really does not matter, so try not to. If you're like a Marvel fanboy and you're kind of upset that I said DC Universe, try not to get mad. I mean, it truly does not matter, really. Doesn't matter who wins. Whoever's the writer is going to make that universe win anyway, so oh well, right? But honestly, I think DC Universe is going to win, given the fact that I know more about the DC Universe, and because of Deus Ex Bat Machina. If you don't know what Deus Ex Bat Machina is, search up Batman. You'll know clearly who's the Deus Ex Machina for the DC Universe. Anyway, hope that answers your questions. Let's go on to the next one. I received 2 questions from the PS3. So the first one is, I only have $20 and I feel like buying a game. Which game would you recommend me? The Mass Effect, any of the Mass Effect games, or any of the Dragon Age games? That's a little bit difficult because I love both of these games religiously. But I mean religiously. I have everything from them. Every movie, every book, every comic. I have them all. I love these 2 series so much, and I can't wait for Dragon Age Inquisition. But anyway, to answer your question, shit, that's incredibly hard. I have to say Dragon Age 1, or at least Dragon Age Origins. You know why? I firmly believe that that is the only BioWare game that has a lot of choices, and a lot of choices that impact the game alone, in my honest opinion. Not to mention the morality system isn't that obvious. Unlike Mass Effect's morality system, if you pick up, or at least the dialogue up, it's the Paragon, you know, it's the Paragon chat option. If you pick the down chat option, is the Renegade, which is the evil one. While Dragon Age Origins, you have to actually think about what you're saying, and what you said could have an impact on the relationships you have with certain characters, whether if they like you or not, and relationships with other people who you interact with in the world. Not to mention, for $20, if you play that game without the DLC or anything, if you just play the game and you play all the side missions and whatnot, it would take you hours, but I mean loads of hours to complete. So in my opinion, I think $20 is completely worth it. So yeah, I have to say Dragon Age. Now, if you're buying the trilogy, I suggest the Mass Effect trilogy. That's just personally my preference. Also, buy the PS3 Mass Effect trilogy. The reason why, because you got the HD version of Mass Effect the first game, and you also have the majority of the DLC from Mass Effect 2. That way, so you don't spend a lot on DLC. But anyway, like I said, it all depends on you. But since you asked for one specific game, Dragon Age Origins. Hope you enjoy if you do follow my recommendation and actually go for it. So hope you enjoy the games. Honestly, I'd rather you buy everything from BioWare, but that's just personally my preference. Anyway, the last question for the PS3, the last question somebody sent me from PS3 is, can you explain the term profitable fanfiction, and why do you seem to hate it? I never said that I hated fanfiction. In fact, I thoroughly enjoy it. Though I will say I hate how fanfiction has become nowadays. I remember when fanfiction used to be this big thing, that it was used as a way to tell stories in a what-if scenario. For example, let's look at Superman. What if Superman never landed in Smallville? And he landed in Russia. We've gotten Superman Red Sun. I believe that's the way, how's it called? Yeah, Red Sun. What if he landed in British, or in the UK? We have Superman True Brit. For those of you that do not know that even existed, I highly recommend you search that up, because that is awesome. If he landed in, let's say, Australia, then we have a story with Superman in Australia. You know, I used to like fanfiction like that, but now fanfiction has become a place where you create stories because you did not get to see them in the original stories. If I don't like, or at least if I didn't get to see character A and character B go out, I make them or at least I make a fanfiction where it shows them going out. If I didn't get to see this character die, I make a fanfiction to see this character die. So you get what I mean? It's like a selfish way to make stories just because you didn't get to see them happen in the original story. So if it seems like I don't hate fanfiction, or at least if it seems like I hate fanfiction, it's because of that. It's because of what fanfiction has become. But fanfiction as a whole, I really don't hate it. I truly don't. But especially since I find fanfiction quite enjoyable, especially some stories. But oh well, if it seems that way, then I apologize. Also, you mentioned the term profitable fanfiction. You probably noticed that I've used that term in certain arguments amongst certain YouTube videos, or at least the comment section of those videos. The term profitable fanfiction, it was actually a term a friend of mine made up, and this, or at least the way how he used it, it was more like explaining what DC and Marvel has become nowadays. And he basically said that all the stories from DC and Marvel are basically classified as profitable fanfiction. And I have to agree. If you don't know what fanfiction is, it's actually a very hard term to explain, but it's basically an alternate or extended universe where a person uses characters, or how do I say this? Characters, setting, stories maybe, just so you can tell another story, which using the same characters or setting. I wouldn't say story, but yeah, using the same characters or story. I think my friend could explain it like this. Fanfiction is a form of, if I remember correctly, an alternate or expanded universe created by specifically the fans of a work, or rather the work of the original creator. So let's say, you know how Superman was created, right? Two people created him. I can't remember their names, sadly. But let's say if I grab the character of Superman and I make a story out of using him. That's still classified as fanfiction, right? Now, the term profitable means that you're making a profit out of anything. Or at least, just the term alone. Profitable means you're making money out of something, right? Now, put fanfiction and profitable together. It's basically me creating Superman, or a story with Superman in it, and I'm making money off of it. That's basically profitable fanfiction. I guess you can say that my friend was kind of angry, or I don't even know, but he kind of noticed that a lot of stuff that he would expect to see in fan fiction, or at least in fan fiction, are actually happening in the canon, or at least, yeah, happening right now in the actual stories. So he uses the term profitable fan fiction to define all the stories that are currently out for DC and Marvel, and honestly, I have to agree. Is that a bad thing? Not really, because there are fan fictions that are actually good. For example, Superman Red Sun is freaking awesome, in my opinion. It's freaking awesome. A lot of Superman stories are awesome. Batman is a huge example. He has a lot of great stories that are easily classified as fan fiction. Is that a bad thing? No, because we're just reading for our personal enjoyment, but that doesn't mean that I can actually say, oh, that's the actual story. No, those are actual... It's just actually fan fiction, especially since the writers actually admit that they're fans of the character. So in a way, it's just by default classified as fan fiction. Like I said, is it a bad thing? No. But I hope that answers your question. I use that term just so, you know, I can explain to certain people who argue that this is the real character, or this is the real story, or this actually happened and whatnot, and sometimes I get tired just to hear that. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. This is the last question for today, and it's basically this person asking me what are my thoughts on the two new Teen Titans, or at least the new 52 Teen Titans that are coming out this year. I think you mean two Teen Titans series, not just two new 52 Teen Titans, because if I remember correctly, the first one was the relaunch of the new 52 Teen Titans, which comes out July, and the second one is a Teen Titans series that takes place within the Earth 1 continuity. So I guess you mean by that, but you did ask what are my thoughts. Okay, let's go with the relaunch, which comes out in July. That team, or at least Teen Titans, or at least that Teen Titans series, which consists of Wonder Girl, Beast Boy, Raven, Bunker, and Robin. Let me see. What do I think about the relaunch? First off, I'm extremely happy that Bunker is kept within the Teen Titans. Honestly, he was my favorite character out of the whole Teen Titans, given the fact that not only is he supposed to be the comic relief, but he's a light-hearted character. Everybody's dark. Everybody's gruesome. Everybody's gritty. They're just... how do I say this? Not only are they just serious all the time, but they're just... oh my God. Even Kid Flash, who's supposed to be the comic relief, has a lot of dark moments. Bunker, he's just there to lighten the mood. That's what I like about this guy. The fact that he lightens the mood. Thank God they kept him in. Also, they changed Beast Boy's color. I don't know why. I mean, you had him red. Not to mention his origin of why he became red in the first place was freaking awesome. Why would you waste that? Seriously. Well, then again, we're talking to a company that wasted how many years of continuity? I'd say like 75? No, because they already wasted that before. I say like 40 or somewhere around there. Yeah, 40 or maybe 30 years of continuity. Shit, so... oh well, they waste a lot of shit. Might as well waste this one, right? Who cares, right? I hate that. But in a way, I'm kind of glad Scott Lobdell is not writing Teen Titans right now. Even though I did like the way how he handled Kid Flash and the whole trial that he had in the future. I don't know. With Scott Lobdell is weird. I mean, from issue 1 all the way to where the build-up for Trigon, everything from there was just garbage. It was horrible. But I mean horrible. Even the build-up to Trigon was horrible. But the whole Trigon event and the one after that, it was fairly awesome. I actually enjoyed reading it. So, but the thing is, what he did before... I just can't forgive him. I really can't, especially since he's the one that's supposed to introduce us, the Teen Titans, especially in this new universe, and he failed to do so. I don't know. I'm a little bit on the idea that he's not writing anymore, but hey, I'd rather see fresh new writers than put my faith on an old writer who, let's just say, hasn't had a good reputation. Alright, that's pretty much it on the relaunch of the new Teen Titans. Also, I do hope that the new writer knows what he's doing. He mentioned one thing, that he was gonna make the characters have problems related to how teenagers are, or I don't know if I said that right, but you know how teenagers are and the problems that occur around a teenage life? Yeah, he said he was gonna bring that here. That makes me a little bit scared. A little bit scared. Because there are a lot of stuff that teenagers do, in my honest opinion, there's a lot of stuff that teenagers do that really, not piss me off, but I really hate that they do that. And I also see that in a lot of stories in fiction, so I really hope they don't bring that to Teen Titans. I really don't. Even though it might happen, but I hope it's written well. That's what I hope. Forget the fact that they're in there. If it's written well, okay, I'm willing to let that slide. But if it's written horribly, oh god. Oh god. But anyway, like I said, I hope well for the future of the Teen Titans, since we have to depend on that as now the canon for Teen Titans. But anyway, let's go to Earth 1 Teen Titans. This team will consist of Cyborg, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, Terra, and Jericho. Now, I just want to say that Earth 1 has nothing to do with the new Teen Titans continuity. They don't. This is a totally different universe. Totally different. So whatever happens in this universe happens, and you shouldn't take it personally, because it's kind of like you wrote a story that takes place in a different universe, and if it ends, then it ends. That's it. You don't have to worry about it. It's an alternate universe, right? So whatever. But I am a little bit curious why they chose to have Jericho in there. A little bit curious, given the fact that he has a history of being evil. But if I remember correctly, when he was introduced, he was a hero, and he was also affiliated with the 1980s Teen Titans, which was the new Teen Titans, yeah. So it makes sense why he would be involved with the Teen Titans, but why now? Just weird. Why now? But it's interesting. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen to this character? I'm also a little bit curious why they chose to have this team. You know, Cyborg, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, Terra, and Jericho. Especially Cyborg and Starfire, given the fact that in the actual continuity for the DC, you know, the New 52 continuity, they are not affiliated with the Teen Titans. Which is weird. But I'm actually happy. I'm really happy, because I know I mentioned this before, but I always considered Cyborg, Starfire, Raven, and Beast Boy as Titans. I always classified them as Titans. They will always be a Titan member to me. Always. So I am happy that they are affiliated with the Teen Titans in this universe. What also surprised me is the fact that there is no Robin. Think about it. There is no Robin. No Tim Drake, no Dick Grayson, no Jason Todd, no Damian Wayne, nobody. None of the Robins are affiliated with the Teen Titans in this universe. Which, I'm also happy. You know why? Because I always get into arguments with people who keep on saying, there is no Teen Titan without a Robin. There is no Teen Titans without a Robin. It's almost like saying you're defining a team by one person. It does not work that way. A team is defined by a group of people. Just because one person is not in there does not mean that there is no team. So I'm actually happy that they have done this. I'm really happy. And I'm also curious to see what can this team do without a Robin, because if I remember correctly, there were certain teams in the past that did not have a Robin, and they were actually worse than when there was a Robin. So it's kind of like what happened there was encouraging the idea that there has to be a Robin in the team in order for things to go well. Yeah, I don't like that idea, but anyway, I'm actually happy that Earth 1 has this team, and I'm also curious in how things go. So more power to the writer, who I believe the writer was the one who wrote Animal Man, and I loved Animal Man, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love this. I think he also wrote Justice League Dark. I'm not sure. If he did, then I'm really gonna love this book. I really am, but who knows? Also, I just want to say the picture that they used to describe Earth 1. Why does Raven look like that? Not the skin tone, not the face, but like, well, actually the face. She looks so surprised in there. Why? I sometimes laugh when I see that. Why does she look so surprised? But anyway, that's not like a serious question. That's just more of a random question and whatnot. But anyway, I have faith in this writer, and I also have kind of faith for the one who's going to do the relaunch. But if all things turn out well, then that's great, because Teen Titans really needs to have a push, because right now it's getting pretty bad. And Teen Titans Go is not helping whatsoever. It's not really helping. But anyway, hope that answers your question, and that's pretty much it for the Q&A. Thank you guys for sending in the questions, and thank you guys for also listening to this video. My name is Bizkit. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.